My name is Jinah Kim, and we are at the Sunhee's farm, otherwise known as Garden of Eden Farms, in Cambridge, New York. I'm the sole owner of Sunhee's Farm and Kitchen, and it was really an idea that I had come up with later on after working with refugee resettlement agencies. And my role is basically everything business related, so making sure we market and promote and connecting all the pieces together. My mother's in charge of the kitchen, my father's in charge of the farm, and so I'm more of the face of Sunhee's. So Sunhee's is named after our two main chefs. Their names are Sunhee and Sunhee. Sunhee is my mother's name, and her best friend is Sunhee. So we took either side of their sides of their names and put it together to have Sunhee's. But really behind that name, we wanted something that looked Korean but was still easy to pronounce. We opened up in 2016, so it's been a little over 2 years now. My parents had moved onto this farm back in 2012. And so the farm came first. They've been growing things here and farming the land. But even this was all new for my family. But learning more about where food comes from and the importance of what you put into your body, it just seemed like a natural push for me wanting to start a business, that we would make this like a family affair and take all of our skill sets. So my mother's an excellent cook, and my dad's just really good at growing stuff. So we're like, hey, this is perfect for a farm-to-table Korean restaurant. We grow mostly Korean vegetables. We like to focus on Korean vegetables because we would rather support other local farmers and get things like carrots and onions from them, because there's still so many farmers already do that. So what we do, there's a few vegetables. Perilla leaves are huge. Long green peppers, which is also a big staple of Korean food. Those peppers actually turn red at the end of the season, and we'll cut it up, dry it up, and use it in our kimchi. We have eggplant. My dad really got into ginseng for a while. Those that you keep the roots in for years at a time. We also do things like green leaf lettuce, red leaf lettuce, and we do a lot of scallions, zucchini, and all of these are Korean. They're a different breed of vegetables, so it looks a little bit different. Korean cucumbers is huge. So in the summer, when we have like an abundance of this stuff coming out, we'll have specials at the restaurant centering around it. These peppers, they start out really mild early on when they first come out, but as the season goes on, it gets spicier and spicier. It's great. It's a great addition to our dishes. So like the spicy pork has the peppers, so does some of our stews that are spicy. It adds this like, I'd say Korean spice is more a surface level spice, but it really adds that zing. And really, these Korean peppers is very versatile too. So not only can you add it to a dish, but it's great like as a standalone. So with Korean barbecue, what we'll do is we'll have this like, it's called samjang. It's a aged soybean and gochujang sauce that you mix together with a lot of garlic, sesame oil. And Koreans will just like break a pepper in half, dip it in the sauce, and eat it raw. So that's very common. We could make kimchi out of peppers. You could stuff it with kimchi seasoning and make it into kimchi. You can pickle it. So we use these peppers for our radish pickles as well. So you'll see like little pickled peppers. It's just very versatile. It brings different flavors throughout the summer, which is why I think it can be so versatile. So later on, like after the season is over, the peppers are red and ready to just be plucked, and we'll take that, we'll grind it up, and we'll dry it out in the sun, and then use that as the dried red pepper for our kimchi. So the core mission can be broken down into 3 pillars. The first one is positive food culture, secondly, community engagement. But I think one of the main ones that's being highlighted is refugee and immigrant empowerment. So we started this business because we felt like a restaurant was a good starting point for employees who were arriving in the United States, or maybe they've been here a little longer, but they're still struggling to learn the language. And so we wanted to provide employment opportunities for refugees and immigrants while sharing our food, our culture, and then actually incorporating direct educational services right in-house into our business model. So we'll hold English classes, we'll develop like computer literacy programs. We've created an entire space where staff can not only work, but learn with us. Even like staff orientations will ask, like, what does that mean to you, right? Like positive food culture. It could mean a lot of different things. I think for us, not only does it mean really investing into the food, but honoring some of the traditional practices that we have with Korean culture and Korean history. So we'll preserve those methods and showcase it to people. And it's going back to this mentality of like food it's not quick, it's not easy. Good things actually take time. So it's almost like a shift in mentality where there's not always a quick fix and solution to things. You actually have to work really hard, be very consistent, endure through a lot of things in order to reap the benefits of it. And so I think that's what we believe in with food, is that it takes a lot of time and effort. There's no shortcuts to good things. The warmer it is, the more spicy it will get. So it really eats it up, and it has to be hot, well watered. The land here is actually very rocky, and that's good because it allows for good like permeation and the water to go through into the roots. My favorite way is just the classic raw way of dipping it into that ssamjang sauce. It's super crunchy and really delicious and very healthy too. Awesome. I just remember even as a kid, like we would have those peppers out on the table with that sauce. And the whole point of Korean food is that you have a variety of different things. So we would have a full tabletop, and yeah, I remember like crunching into it at a pretty young age. I don't remember it being too spicy though. We also eat the leaves of the tree at times. So there's a pepper itself, but if you pick the leaves before it's fully grown, it makes a great vegetable dish, like a nice little stir fry. There are times when at the end of the night, I'm like, I could be like mopping floors, or sometimes like people will spill candle wax and then it hardens and you gotta scrape it off the tables. It's the worst thing ever. But even while I'm doing that, I'll be thinking to myself like, why am I doing this? And I think that's a part of the whole struggle, like of knowing that I'm working hard for this and really for the people, and anytime we have staff gatherings and appreciation events, I really, and even like when customers come in and get involved with what our mission and what it is that we're doing, I remember that this is a group effort, and I remember that I'm not alone in this, and I think I really appreciate that sense of community that we have in Troy. And I really do think it's because of my staff and because of the people that we work with that we were able to grow this much. We're not here to help refugees, like we're here to partner with immigrants and refugees. We're here to collaborate with them. Like they're just as much a part of this as I am.